Shook.
Hi, boys.
I'm a fucking black Barbie, pretty face, perfect body, pink seats in a Rari. Always fuck 'em like I'm sorry. Who the fuck is gonna protect her if I really gotta?
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to day 5. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
To be or not to be, not.
So it's getting real juicy now. So now, you know, after I tried to play Inspector Gadget and everything then came back right, I'm kind of like questioning myself, like, why am I questioning if he catfish or not? And so one day he had called me. He was talking on the phone or whatever. I said, what did I say? I can't remember what I said. And he lashed the fuck out on me. When I tell you, he called me all kind of bitches, all kind of hoes, sluts, dick suckers. He called me all kind of shit, and it hurt my feelings, but I'm like, I don't even remember saying anything to him. So he hung up on me. Literally, y'all, a month had passed. I didn't hear from him. I didn't get a kick from him, a text, I called him, text him, emailed him, and he hadn't been on Moco for a month. Basically, I was finna be like, you know, I'm just finna move the fuck on, because I was like, okay, whatever. So a month, you know, passed, don't hear from him, and one day, I was like, leaving school. I might have been leaving school or going. No, I was leaving school, and he called me, and I was like, "Hello," and he was like, "Hey, this Patrick," because it was a different number. He was like, "Hey, this Patrick." I was like, "Oh, where you been at?" That's a long story. I've been having financial issues here and there. Blah 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 blah. I was like, okay, whatever, cool. So we just talking or whatever, and bitch, I ain't gonna about to tell you, he lashed out again. So I'm like, okay, something is wrong. And he texted me later on at night, and he was like, I got something to tell you. And I was like, yeah. And he was like that he had been in rehab because he got a real bad drug problem, which explained why he kept lashing out on me. I was like, you know, I'm here for you, whatever. When you need somebody to talk to, call me. And so he was like, well, I'm gonna call you in the morning, because that was on a Friday. I remember this part. That was on a Friday. He called me Saturday morning, and we was talking on the phone, and there was a woman in the background, and she called him Darius. I just was like, Darius? Okay, we're gonna roll with that. Maybe that's his middle name, but his middle name was Latron. So I began to get suspicious. But I let that fly over my head. He had got off the phone, and he called me back later on that day. He was like trying to hurry up and get me out the phone. And I was like, you know, why she keep calling you Darius? And he hung up on me. Text me later on, and I asked him again. I was like, so why did she keep calling you Darius? I was like, why are you worried about what somebody else calling me? I'm Patrick to you, blah, 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 blah. I said, if it's just a middle name, say it's middle name. I don't want to talk about this shit. So I was like, okay, whatever. So the lashing out continued. Like, he was sending me these mean-ass text messages, and, you know, I began to become shook, and I was over it at that point. So fast forward time, we stopped talking, right? So literally almost a year has passed, bitch. I done moved on. I'm in a whole nother relationship, in a whole nother school grade. I think at this point I may be a sophomore or a junior. Going to be a junior. My timeline is off. This shit was like 5 years ago, so bear with me. He hit me up on Kick, and I'm still thinking, you know, he catfish, because now he ain't got no picture up on his Kick. And the signs of him being catfish, you know, they real at this point. Let me just remind you, we don't FaceTime, because his stuff still broke after a year. Because I asked him, can we FaceTime? And he was like that, you know, his stuff still broke, and you know, it don't make sense no more. So he's like, can I call you? And I had a new number at this point. And I was like, yeah, I get the phone, and it's somebody totally different. This is not his voice. I know his voice because we had talked for almost 2 years. I know what he sound like. This was not his voice. And so I was like, dang, you sound different. He was like, oh, I do? And I'm like, yeah. And so I'm like, okay, so, you know, I'm finna have to play Inspector Gadget again. I take the picture that he sent me a while ago because I had to go through my emails to get it, and I put it on Google Image. I kid you not. The guy pictures that he used was in fact a Patrick accent, but it wasn't him. I didn't say nothing. I found the boy Facebook page, and when I tell you nothing added up, cause he worked in some factory, he had kids. I don't think he was married or nothing, but I knew that it wasn't him because he had a video on Facebook and his voice was totally different. So now I'm really shook. I'm really shook at this point. I don't open my mouth not one time. I don't let him know that I know he catfishing me at this point. I don't say nothing to him about it. I roll with the punches and I keep the shit moving. So we talking and we conversating. I asked him again. I said, can we FaceTime? I was like, do you got a laptop or something? He was like, man, I can't FaceTime. So now he would start this lashing out. Stop fucking asking me, can I FaceTime? I can't fucking FaceTime. If you don't want to talk to me on the phone, then hang the phone up. Okay. Up the phone. Later on that night, he called me 3 o'clock in the morning, grunting in the phone, like, so I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He did this for 4 nights straight. I know it sounds like I'm skipping parts, but it's like, this is what I can remember. He called me 4 nights straight doing this, and I hung up the phone every single night because it would get so loud that I could set my phone down and walk to the bathroom and hear him doing it. Come to find out, he was back on drugs. He was shooting shit, and he told me this out of his own mouth because I asked him one day. Well, I texted him. I was like, you know, you get on the phone acting weird and stuff. Like, I want to know what's going on. Like, you know, why you doing this? Why you sound like this? So he told me he was back on powder and he was back on crack and things like that. And while he was telling me, I could hear folks beating at his door. He said it was his roommate. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know you had a roommate, but this roommate sounded like a 5-year-old child. Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing. It's cute or whatever. I let you live this round. So one day, he texted me. He was like, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, okay. Well, let me get home because I got a job now. Let me get home and I'll call you. So I got off from work. I called him and he was like, have you ever heard of the show Catfish? And I'm like, yes, I have. And he was like, well, what if I told you I was catfish? I was like, I know you wouldn't do me like that, bitch. I know I already figured the shit out, but I know I already figured the shit out. Fuck you, man. But I was like, I know you wouldn't do me like this, so I mean, you know, I ain't got nothing to worry about. And he was like, I'm glad that you trust me like that. And I was like, yeah, sure. And the whole time, bitch, I'm shaking. I'm waiting on him to spill the tea. I was like, so are you catfish? He was like, I thought you trusted me. I said, I do. I'm just asking a question. And he was like, so what would you tell me if I told you yeah? I was like, I mean, you should never be scared to be yourself. So I gave him this pep talk. I was like, you should never be scared to be yourself. Don't be afraid of who you are. You don't know if somebody gonna like you for who you are or not until you try. Everybody is scared of rejection. I said, if you are catfish, now is the time to come out. I said, but I know you're not catfish. I said, you must got a friend that's catfish or something. You asking for a friend? And he was like, to be honest, no. And he held the phone. I'm like, hello? He was like, Cam. Cam is my real name, by the way. And I was like, yeah. He was like, I'm catfish. I'm like, stop playing. Let you playing. He's like, no, I'm serious. And I was like, you care to elaborate? Because this is just unreal right now. And the whole time, I'm sitting there holding the phone like this. He was like, you know, you remember when the girl in the background called me Darius? I was like, yeah. He was like, my real name is not Patrick. My real name is Darius. I said, so who is Patrick? And he was like, Patrick is actually my cousin. I was like, oh, okay. So I continued to play it cool instead of coming out on a bag on him. So he was like, okay, so you remember when somebody was beating at my door and you said it sounded like a child? I was like, yeah. He said, it was a child. And I was like, okay. I was like, so your roommate got a child? He was like, no, I'm married and I got 5 kids. That was one of my kids. I was like, oh, wow. He was like, I don't have a job. I don't have a car. Stay with my wife, and the only reason why I'm still with my wife because I ain't got nowhere to go. If I leave her, I'm gonna be homeless. And I just held the phone because he not only did he snatch my edges and he snatched my hairline, he split my wig with that. I had already figured out with him, but when he dropped all this I'm married with 5 kids, no job, and no car bomb, child, that was it for me, honey. That took me somewhere else. So all this time we've been together, you have been a lie. So he literally, y'all, this nigga started crying on the phone. He was crying. He was like, I love you so much. Please don't leave me. You all I got. Oh my God, it was an ugly ass face. But I just imagined that's how he was looking. And so I was like, you done lied to me all these years. Like, no. I was in another relationship at that time. So I didn't give a fuck. That's another story time. He was still doing crack. He was still on drugs. He was a drug addict, married, with 5 kids. He don't want her. He gay on the side. He just had too much going on. And although at the time he told me I had already figured it out, I was not in love with him anymore. Once upon a time I was. And this man was fake and had all this going on. And he was married for 5 years. He was fake and had all this going on while we was together. So that's what shook me the most. And I could not believe all of that. But, I mean, it kind of made sense. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, internet dating is not for everybody. Do not ignore the signs, because I did, because I was young. Do not ignore the signs, because he had me shook and he had me fucked up too. Because I am so glad that I did not send that nigga money, because bitch, he showed asked. I noticed he wouldn't send me no pictures of FaceTime. Those should have been red flags then. But my dumb ass sit there and I fucking ignored them. So, don't be stupid, y'all. Do not be stupid. So we ended the conversation by, bitch, I don't ever want to talk to you again because you played me. You played me, point blank, period. So you guys, that was the story how I got catfished. Thank you for tuning in into Storytime Week. And if you want another Storytime Week, make sure you email me or comment down below and let me know if you like this Storytime Week or not. And I appreciate you guys for stopping by. This was day 5 of Storytime Week. And I will see y'all in my next official video. Thank y'all for stopping by. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. My camera is about to die, so I gotta talk quick. Bye. What's up, you guys? Thank you for tuning in to Storytime Week. I really put a lot into putting this together, and I want to do a lot of more Storytime Weeks in the future. So, like I said, you know, just give me a holla if you want to see more of Storytimes, because I actually had so much fun doing Storytime. Anyway, but Storytime Week was just like, it was real fun. I just wanted to thank everybody for watching. And day 1 through 5, I also wanted to say this. I know a lot of people get on here and they say that, you know, people make up their story times. Like, if I tell a story time, it was true. It was real. My stories are never fabricated. My stories are never made up or constructed as I go. These stories actually happen to me. What I do is I write down the key points of the story so I don't leave anything out, because I want to be able to give you guys things in detail. Recently, I had someone say, oh, well, I didn't know your life was that interesting, basically saying that my story times were fake. And just because I don't do stuff out loud doesn't mean it didn't happen, because a lot of stuff that happened when I moved out. I moved to a completely different city, and so a lot of this stuff happened when I wasn't even in the town that I live in now. Storytime Week did happen while I was in town, but I mean, who exposes themselves to being on another website? I mean, it's just literally something that You do on your own terms. My story times are 100% real. In case anybody is wondering, like, is his story times fake? No. It's funny that I was doing story time week and I was telling people that I was doing story time week, and they was like, well, do your story times be real? And I'm like, yeah, who makes up a story? But I mean, you do anything for views. I'm not here for the views. I'm literally on YouTube to vent, to be able to get in front of an audience and just talk about my problems, whether I got 4 views or 10 views or 20 views, a million views, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to throw that out there before anybody, you know, come at me and be like, oh, this just sounds fake. This happens to me. And although this story time was literally five years ago, it happened about 5 years ago. I'm not going to say 5 years exactly, 4 for sure. But I think it was about 5 years ago, and it really happened. So, of course, I didn't grew up since then, because at the time I was like 15, 16. I don't think I was even close to graduating high school, and I've been out of school almost 4 years now. And so, I just wanted to throw that out there and say that, you know, my story times are not fake. If it sounds like my story is being skipped around, it's because it's probably an old story. Like, that was an old story. I'm sorry, I'm looking in the viewfinder, but it's probably an old story, and I can relate to people when they say, you know, just because the story doesn't sound right or it's skippy doesn't mean it didn't happen, because my story very much did happen. And I told what I could remember, and I'm pretty sure I did leave out some stuff, but that's what I could remember. But yes, just again, thank y'all for tuning in to Storytime Week. I'm looking forward to doing another Storytime. To my supporters, my real supporters, thank you for sticking around, for being there for me, and you guys are just so freaking awesome. And yes, I will see you guys in the next video. And again, I can't say it enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye.